Good night, everyone. Today I'm gonna talk about my book. The title's book was 101 Dalmatians, and the creator was Daddy Smith. So I'm gonna talk about a brief summary of her biography. So she was born in Whitefield, a village in Lancashire, England, and grew up in Manchester in a family fond of music and theatre. Driven by her desire to become an actress, she enrolled at the Royal School of Dramatic Art and toured extensively, but soon decided to focus on creating plays. In 1931, she achieved her first success with Adam Crocus, and her consecration would come 7 years later with the comedy Dear Octopus. In 1939, she moved to the United States, where she began writing scripts for Hollywood. At the age of 49, living in California and suffering from nostalgia for his native England, Daddy Smith set out to portray the eccentric and decadent Mormon family. Thus was born the Dreaming Castle, Daddy Smith's masterpiece, which was first published in 1948, and has since been in a favorite novel of 4 generations, selling in the millions. In 1956, with the publication of 101 Dalmatians, Daddy Smith would reach the pinnacle of fame, especially thanks to the worldwide success of Walt Disney's film version. So, I'm going to talk about a book resume. So, Pongo is a Dalmatian who lives in the bachelor apartment in London with his owner Roger Radcliffe, a composer. Bored with the bachelor life, Pongo decides to find a wife for Roger and a companion for himself. While watching various dog and human couples out the window, he spots the perfect match, a woman named Anita and her female Dalmatian Perdita. He quickly drags Roger out of the house and drags him through the park to set up a meeting. Pongo accidentally causes Roger and Anita to fall into a pond, but it works out well when they fall in love. But the human couple and the dog couple get married. Later, Perlita gives birth to 15 puppies. One almost dies, but Roger is able to revive it by wrapping it on a towel. That same night, they are visited by Cruella de Vil, a wealthy former schoolmate of Anita's. She offers to buy all of the puppies' shirts. She offers to buy the entire litter of puppies for a large sum, but Roger says they are not selling any of the puppies. Weeks later, she hires Jasper and Horace Bedham to steal of the puppies. When Scotland Yard can't prove she stole them or found the puppies, Pongo and Perlita used to Twilight Bark, usually a canine gossip line, to call for help from the other dogs in England. The Corelel, an old sheepdog, along with his compatriot Captain, a great horse, and Sergeant Tibbs, a tabby cat, find the puppies in the place called Hale Hall, along with other Dalmatian puppies Cruella had bought. From various dog stores, Tibbs learns that the puppies will be made into dog for coats, and the colonel quickly sends a message for London. Upon receiving the message from the for Pongo and Perdita, immediately leave London to retrieve her puppies. Meanwhile, Tibbs overhears Cruella ordering the Badons to kill and surrender the puppies that night for fear that the police will soon find them. In resume, Tips tries to rescue the puppies while the Badams are watching TV, but they finish the program and approach them before Tips can get the puppies out of the house. Pongo and Perdita burst through the window just as Badams had cornered them and were about to kill them, where the adult dogs attack the two men, the colonel, and Tips guide the puppies from the house. After a happy reunion with their other own puppies, the Pongos realize that there are 84 other puppies with them. Shocked by Cruella's plans, they decide to adopt all the puppies, certain that Roger and Anita will never get them. The dogs begin to make their way back to London, helped by other animals along the way, with Cruella and the Verdons in pursuit. In one town, they are covered in soot by what appear to be a Labrador retrievers. Then pile into a moving van returning to London. As the van leaves, melting snow washes away the soot, and Cruella sees them. In the maniac rage, she follows the van in her car and rams it. But the Badams, trying to cut the van off from above, ends up crashing into it. Both vehicles crashed in a deep ravine. Cruella screams in frustration as the van drives away. Back in London, Roger and Anita try to celebrate Christmas and Roger's first big hit and song about Cruella, but they miss their canine friends. Suddenly, they are heard barking outside, and after their Manny opens the door, the house is filled with dogs. After removing more soot, the couple is delighted to realize that their companions have returned home. They decide to use the money from the song to buy a big house in the country so they can keep the 101 Dalmatians. So I'm gonna talk about the main characters. The first one is Pongo, Roger's canine friend and pet. Is Perdy's husband and father of 1999 puppies. He is very concerned about the safety of his children and watches the lightning program with them. The second one is Perdy, Anita's canine friend and pet, Pongo's wife and mother of 99 puppies. She doesn't like her children to say nasty phrases and worries a lot about them. Mitch, son of Pongo and Perdy and brother of 98 puppies. He wishes to be like his TV hero, Lightning, and do heroic acts like him. In this film, he feels overwhelmed in a sea of the spots, and that he will not stand out among his brothers, and does everything he can to stand out and be a one-of-the-kind of dog, and lives great adventures with Lightning Dog and real hero act by saving the puppies from Cruella. The third one is Cruella. Cruella de Vil. She is an egocentric woman and the main villain of the movie and is characterized by having too much taste for fur coats, especially for a Dalmatian fur coat that she imagined and wants to make with the puppy's fur. She never gives up, and at the end of the book, she ends up in the insane asylum. The last one is Nanny. She is Roger and Anita's helper in the house, and it is charge of helping them with all the household chores and taking care of the puppies. Twice she has fallen victim to the evil Horatio or Gaspar in the attempt to steal the puppies. She is kind-hearted and cares too much for the puppies. So, the last topic is critical thinking. What did I learn? The first one is family and affection. The protagonists of the story transmit the model of a proactive family that respects and supports each other and grows in the face of adversity. The second one is respect for animals. From the egocentric extensions of the main villain, We can explain to the students that animal exploitation of his type really exists and that is the more common than we think. And the film can serve as a motivation element for a research work in this line. The third one, selfish help. We can, when the puppies are kidnapped, other animals in the city help Pongo and Perdita. For example, the Labradors, without asking for anything in return to find them and return them to their home. The fourth one is the game. Despite the fact that most of the film takes place under the drama of kidnapped puppies, it helps us to highlight the importance of fun in childhood. The last one is improvisation. When they don't know what to do to escape without being discovered, Pongo and the puppies fill themselves with soot to look like Labradors. This is an example of how to be resolute in critical moments, something that should also be taught. And that's all. Thank you so much for having me.